What's going on this week in Nerf?
Welcome to This Week in Nerf, your source for first-party, third-party, and community Nerf news. I'm Adriana, and you're here to see the news, so let's do that. The Rival Finisher is now available at Toys R Us in Canada, and I'm fairly sure it's available in some of Asia as well. For those that don't remember, this is the Top Prime pistol that comes with a quick load mag and 7 Rival rounds. You can fill the mag like normal, or you can slide open the door to fill it even when it's inside of the blaster. It is important to remember that the quick load mag is not compatible with other blasters, but you can use other Rival mags in this blaster. So if you're in Canada and you have a Toys R Us near you, or Toys R Us delivers, it's 25 Canadian dollars. Images of the internals have also been shared recently by Skull511. I'm not seeing locks, so they may have been removed for this photo. I'm not entirely sure, but the core functionality of it looks incredibly simple. The mechanical springs definitely make me more confident about not losing parts, but I would be wary of using higher spring loads if you try to mod it. The mechanical spring on the catch may not hold up to too much pressure. Flywheel the World, true to their name, likes to put flywheels in places flywheels do not belong. And the next blaster on their list is the Deploy, a blaster forever trapped in meme culture as being the most disappointing blaster that Nerf has ever made. And now Flywheel the World may have made it useful. They have a printed parts kit available now that allows the blaster to use their micro wheels, which is pretty darn cool. It'll bypass the terrible internals and therefore terrible performance entirely and just turn it into a flywheel blaster, and that's pretty neat. But even cooler than that is it will retain full deployability, so you can fold it up and fold it out and fire it to your heart's content and maybe actually do some damage on the battlefield this time. Adrian says it is not an easy build, however, and there's not a video guide up for it just yet, but if you're willing to give it a try, the files are available on Thingiverse if you have a printer, and if you don't, check out the Flywheel the World web store where they're selling it for $25. The Worker Prophecy, which is their Retaliator reshell, is now available in a beautiful, transparent red. This is the second red blaster that they've done. We're thinking maybe the Hurricane was a test of red plastic for them. There aren't any of the accessories for it available yet in the red transparent color, but hopefully soon. At least the combos on Taobao look kind of good with the blue and the red and the clear. Mixing and matching the color combinations are kind of creative, and I like them more than I expected to. Hopefully they do more red stuff in the future. The Ultra 2 has been easily the most well-received blaster of the Ultra line of everything that's been shown so far. Everyone was excited about a Wild West rear-loading revolver, and the only thing left to be desired was a little more capacity. Well, Gavin Fuzzy to the rescue with a 9-shot cylinder kit. So this kit comes with a 9-shot cylinder that also converts to elite darts, which I think just about everyone prefers to use, a front plate, a flywheel remover for removing the stock flywheels, and your choice of flywheel cages. And I think that is really, really interesting. You can choose a cage that accepts the stock motors that come with the blaster, or 130 motors if you wanted to use a more standard flywheel setup. And what's pretty cool is with his stock motor cage, he's getting 95 FPS on AA batteries. That's pretty freaking cool. And this kit will be available on his Etsy now for $39. So there's a link to that in the description. I love that you get your choice of cage. You can do as much or as little rewiring as you want to do, and Gavin just always has polished products and outstanding print quality. Highly, highly, highly recommend buying from him. On a personal note, I don't think I'm a fan of 3D printed cylinders. For the Ultra 2, my favorite part of the blaster is the smooth action of the cylinder turning and the smooth plastic on smooth plastic. I do worry that 3D printed parts would ruin that smooth, that buttery feeling, but let me know if I'm wrong. I could very well be wrong, so you can tell me that in the comments. What I really want for this blaster is just inserts to take elite darts instead of the ultra darts. Six rounds is fine for me, but definitely needs the elite conversion. Earlier this week, Drac had the first look at the Ultra 3, and I literally laughed out loud when I saw it. I was told that it was a mag-fed shotgun, but this was not how I imagined it. It looks like a rough cut with a less comfortable handle and a box just slapped on the front. There's seemingly no concern for aesthetics, and it's purely function. The integrated mag could be interesting. It appears to have 2 followers, implying that it'll fire 2 darts side by side. And if the prime is as long as it looks by this giant groove here, it could be fun to use. There are 5 holes in the top for dart storage, but you're pretty unlikely to get those extra 5 in the box. Ultra darts are far too valuable to be giving people spares. But assuming the handle is the same size as the Ultra 2, it does look very similar. The mag likely holds 5 or 6 rounds. Times 2 if there are actually 2 magazines side by side, which I very much hope is the case. It's possible this blaster could be really fun to use. I love my rough cut and my twin shock, and in theory, it's the same action and should be the same fun. The looks are just killing it for me. And now it's time for the mod of the week, and this week it comes from Iron Gopher with this cam build called Tiamat. And not only is it beautiful on the outside, it's beautiful on the inside. Bulldog flywheels, Neo Rhino motors, 41.5 metal cage. It's hitting about 140 FPS, which is not too shabby. The cam button on the side is wired to a voltmeter, so it doesn't have to be on all the time, but you see it when you need it. The top was shortened and rebuilt and just looks super good. There's LEDs all over this thing. There's some all along the top, in the battery tray, in the holes in the front. And what I think is really interesting is one of the LEDs is the wrong color, which is really fitting for this kind of junkyard look. The battery stock is fairly long, so we added a weight into the stock to make it more comfortable to hold and have better balance. And these scratches down the side are not just paint. One of the layers was pliable enough to actually damage, and then he used weathering to complete the look of that damage. And that's super, super clever. The sight is completely custom built from CPVC and styrene, and I love this. I love this kind of grunge and weathering on such a bright color. I appreciate all the different kinds of damage across the whole blaster. You can see some areas that are like chipped paint. There's some rust, some dirt, some grease. You got scratches, you got damage. Some of the parts are dripping and others are patchy. It's not just weathered. This blaster tells a story, and I love it. This is amazing. Probably my favorite one so far this year. Thanks for sharing, Iron Gopher. And that's all the news I have for you this week. Thank you so much for watching. As usual, all of the links to all of the things I talked about are in the description. You can find all the discussion around the stories. You can find the purchase links to anything that's for sale right now, and just anything you'll need to know. If you liked this video, there's a like button, and if you want to see more, there's a subscribe button, so you'll get a little notification. Next week, Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific. Ooh, is that the things? Yep, that is all the things. Outros are really hard. I don't know why I struggle with these guys. Bye! Excuse me, recorder. Record me. And in the description, get on that. So, what is my follow-up? And a 140. More red accessories in the future. I didn't scroll enough. So rear. Get it together, Adriana. Get it together. Or as little rewiring. That was easy.